128.5 million Pakistani voters are going to exercise their right to franchise on February the 8th in what seems to be a one-sided election favoring the three-time former Premier Nawaz Sharif. The 74-year-old Sharif is likely to clinch 90 to 100 seats out of a house of 336. I feel it's bound to be a hung parliament, a cocktail of sorts, as ousted Prime Minister Imran Khan seems to have run out of establishment's favour. When I say establishment, it is the military establishment that I'm talking about, or the Pakistan Army, which is the Lord of the Ring. Out of the 11 previous electoral exercises since 1970, 10 have been alleged to have been rigged by Pakistan Army, and all political parties have voiced a concern over it.
We've seen on a number of occasions in the past that in the months and weeks leading up to the election, the party that the military happens to not be comfortable with tends to suffer before the election. So I think that no matter what happens on election day, the fact that one of the major parties in the country has been cut down to size in a big way suggests that it will be a flawed election at worst, and a flawed election at best, and an unfree and unfair election at the worst. It will be difficult for this new government to take the big steps that are necessary to get this country back on track. And that includes critical economic reforms, structural reforms that are so needed to stabilize this economy and make it more sustainable. But that requires some politically risky moves that I suspect that this next government will be uncomfortable making, just because I'm not that confident that it will enjoy significant levels of support from the general public. Indeed. I mean, this is a country that is facing such severe levels of economic stress right now, a very worrisome resurgence of terrorism, some of the highest rates of terrorism in the country in a number of years. And it'll be much easier to address those issues if you have less poisonous polarization, because at the end of the day, you're going to need the governments to talk to or engage with the opposition, work with it. You haven't seen that. That's not been able to happen in Pakistan for many years, unfortunately.